How's it going, people? Welcome again to another Team Bubba video. As you know, I'm Stevie, and I wasn't going to do a video today, but what happened over the weekend, as you do, you kind of try and make the most of your time off from work. Doing a bit of gardening, I thought, what can I listen to? I thought I'd put some of Kim's bullshit on. So I listened to one of the global intelligence agency, whatever it is she calls it, GIA, intelligence reports from the 22nd of June, 2025. Now, listening to it, I only got 3 minutes into it, and I thought I'd start laughing. Of course, I'll let you listen to it first, and then we'll come back and have a little chat because, again, the woman doesn't know that she's actually made a couple of mistakes in this so-called intelligence update because, I'll put it on. Let's have a listen to it now, and then we'll come back and then we'll go through it. But this, like I said, this is going to be a very quick video, just mostly to show you that you have to really listen to Kim, and she makes mistakes, and they are big bloopers. Listen to this.
So, yeah. Okay. So speaking of the whatever Trump administration operative people, World War III, talk is everywhere. It was all over the alternative media. They had all of their operative friends, pushing the fear porn that the 20th was going to be the day, the exact day of the solstice. They have been talking for almost 2 full weeks about how they're going to strike Iran. Allegedly, they're saying they were attacking nuclear facilities. So the news is basically saying they used a very specific type of bunker buster, which has enormous capabilities to attack these facilities. Now, I want to tell you how unreal this actually is. So bunker busters, this very specific type that they keep mentioning all over the news, and the Pentagon's reporting, and they can go down about 200 feet into the soil, or, and I stress the or part, 20 feet of reinforced concrete. That's pretty good, but in this particular case, and having actually been to these facilities in the last couple of days, or one of them at least, the facilities there are not, that they're talking about, the 3 facilities, are not normal human-made nuclear alleged facilities. They are deep underground military bases that exist in Iran. They were not built solely by human hands. And they are not built of concrete. They are also somewhere around 260 to 300 feet, if not more, underground. They are reinforced by things that no bunker buster is going to go through. And, well, let's just say maybe there might have been some kind of fusion or fission that went on in these types of facilities, but I wouldn't really say a lot of it was nuclear. The focus here for the deep state, whether the Pentagon knows it or not, they basically were looking for a gateway which existed in Iran. And when they lost sight of that gateway and lost the ability to even see, let alone access said gateways, they went there in attempts to try to take control of it. Now, there was a lot of other things that happened this week and over the last 2 weeks over there in the Middle East, which indicated, this was definitely a planned event, or at least a backup plan for what the deep state was hoping to achieve on the 20th of June.
I'll stop it there. So that in itself should give you a good idea on how she spends things. Of course, Kim having the GIA that's access to all agency technologies, all of their systems, like the Kim system that she's got. Remember, she said that it actually connects into all of the CIA, NSA, MI5, you name it. She said Mossad, she can connect to all of this. She knows what's going on, and she said that they know what's going to happen before it actually happens. So, of course, first of all, she didn't tell us, did she, that they were going to attack a so-called deep underground military base, a D.U.M.B. She never said anything in the previous, I checked, in the previous intelligence reports. Just waited until it was on the news, and then she jumped on it and capitalised on it and thought, okay, I'll put that in the news today because I've got nothing else to say because, I'll just talk shit otherwise. So that's what she's doing. She's jumped onto this bit of news. Of course, she hasn't stopped the wars, has she? She hasn't gone in there and disarmed all of the ballistic missiles and everything else. Of course, I'm not going to get into the political side of all this, but why hasn't she stopped it? Guardian Angels or the Sorcerer's Angels haven't stopped it. The million troops she's got hasn't stopped it. She's allowed it to go on if she had the power that she says she has. But the main thing I want to talk about here is what she said about those bunker buster bombs that were used. Now, more specifically, and you can go back and listen, she said that she visited them days ago. She said them, plural. Then she changed it and said, well, at least one of them. So how many have you been to, Kim? Have you been to one, two, several? I think you'd know how many D.U.M.Bs you've been to in the last few days before the US decided to wipe out those facilities. And so-called she thinks it wasn't because they were made of some substance that reinforced by something that she doesn't even know herself. She knows everything, otherwise she would have said it. So there you go. Kim again makes a mistake. She makes out she's said it so many times about all these so-called deep underground military bases that she's taken out before, remember? She said she destroyed so many of them. Well, how come Iran has still got one? And now she said it's a gateway to something. It's always a gateway, isn't it? It's either a gateway or the military base has got some sort of technologies in there that she's taken out, or they were doing something really bad, so I just blasted them out of the, out the ground, wiped them all out. So she's visited those plural military bases underground, and then she said at least one. Well, how many, Kim? Like I said, I keep repeating myself. It's really key because she lies. She's starting to slip up more and more. And when she does more, whoever is supposed to be producing this should have picked up on that, and they should have cut that out if she really wanted to. But why? They're all slipping. They're through the net now, aren't they? They're not doing their jobs. Maybe they just rushed that one out, but they seem to be doing these, is it 3 times a week, these reports? They're probably working so hard to get them out. Of course, a lot of them doing it for no pay, as we've been told. And the latest person that's come out to talk about these, and we've shared this lady's videos, is Jo. She's, thought, okay, I'll share some information to Kim, and also does work, the research and everything else that's put into all this thing. Pass a little bit of information on to Kim and the team. They use it, don't give her any credit for it, and basically turn on her. And this is the kind of thing that she does, Kim. If it's not in the news, she'll get it from other people. But this is the type of person she is. It's not very nice. They're running out of things to say. They're grabbing information from other people. And what they'll do at some point, they'll get to a point where they'll dig out something they said 4 years ago and they'll recycle the same story. And I believe that they're doing this today as well. I'm sure I've heard this before, what she said. Near enough the same information. But listen, honestly, people, listen to these intelligence reports and go, oh, man, this doesn't sound right. Make a note of it. Make a note of it. Record it. Start your own channel up and start saying, like, Kim, if you're listening to this, because I can't ask you questions directly, why did you say this in this report? I still believe what you're saying, but I still would like to know, can you answer that by saying one of your so-called intelligence reports? So they used to put questions on there from people. I don't know if they still do that. But if they do, of course, they're just going to cherry pick the ones that they've got answers to. So whenever you used to ask a question in their Telegram groups, they used to look at you as if you were some kind of a cabal agent, a spy or something like that. Because you couldn't ask her, you couldn't put them on the spot. And a lot of the people that were in that those groups, they were told to do that. They were saying, look, you're going to get a lot of people asking questions that might sound like, oh, they're good questions, but they're doing it to try and fool you. So as soon as they do that, cut them off, delete them from the chat. That's what she does. Right. So anyway, if I've got the strength, I'll listen to some more of Kim's bullshit stories. But do it yourself. Make some notes. Honestly, you need to do what Joe's doing, and loads of other people have come to us with stuff. I mean, sometimes we'll put it out, sometimes we won't, because it's sometimes you need a little bit of evidence more. So if you come out yourself and be witness, because we could say the sort of emails we get and the information we get, and we can't put it out there because we've been told we're not allowed to show the email. I'm not allowed to show their name because we want to protect them. But the fact that they don't want to come out in the open and say it because they're scared, it's a shame, because there'd be a lot more people exposing Kim. Right, that's me going on for 10, 12 minutes now. Anyway, take care, everybody. I'll probably do some more quick videos here and there when I start seeing some stuff. But if I did, I'd probably be doing 3-hour videos if I was to pick up everything that Kim says is bullshit. But anyway, right, take care, everyone, and we'll see you again soon.
The integrated military system is all bullshit. They tell us it's advanced, but it don't seem to fit. Tune in to UNN, hear the GIA spin. Kim's got a story, but it's wearing thin. She got a system called Kim's, so it's so elite. Says it's plugged in everywhere, can miss a beat. But when the sirens sound and the wars begin, where's the warning, Kim? Where have you been? She's losing the plot, the cracks are showing. The lies can't hide, the truth keeps flowing. Deep underground, she said she's been, but there's no proof, just a fantasy scene. Oh, she claims she's seen the base deep and cold, with doors so secret, stories so bold. But where's the footage, the pictures, the proof? We're left here wondering who's fooling who. Mistakes are piling, it's a tangled thread. The tales she spins don't match what's said. She says she's got the intel, the ultimate key, but the future unfolds in mystery. She's losing the plot, the cracks are showing. The lies can't hide, the truth keeps flowing. Deep underground, she said she's been, but there's no proof, just a fantasy scene. She's losing the plot, the cracks are showing. The lies can't hide, the truth keeps flowing. Deep underground, she said she's been, but there's no proof, just a fantasy scene. Oh Kim, you've got the stage, but the lines you're reading don't match the page. The crowd's catching on, they're asking why. Your house of cards can't touch the sky. She's losing the plot, the cracks are showing. The lies can't hide, the truth keeps flowing. Deep underground, she said she's been, but there's no proof, just a fantasy scene. Integrated military system is all bullshit, and Kim's got a spin, but it just don't fit. When the truth comes knocking, the game will end, and all those lies they won't defend.